Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Casey and Julius podcast. We are contacting a presence that has been determining the fates of a lot of things recently. We're going to be asking it through the Casey eyeglass to see if it will send us anything. We're getting a message and it's saying to watch out for frost heaves and to watch out for ice on the road and the coldness, but it's really a metaphorical coldness. The metaphor of the coldness that is seeped in through society, through weaponry and mass production and war. And it's a very cold winter right now, and we need to be watching out for the cold. The eye's seeing a room, and it's very purple, and it's very dark, and it's seeing a lot of loneliness, and a lot of longing, and suffering, a great deal of suffering. And a great deal of that suffering has been brought to an end, but there's still quite a bit happening. And we're trying to figure out how to end that, how to bring in light to that room, and turn it into more of a summery room. But it's been very purple, it's been very cold, and we're getting a lot of signals. We're getting train tracks. There's a train. It's going down a train track, and it's carrying a lot of things. It's carrying a great deal of sadness, and it's carrying a lot of new experiences, and it's also carrying a lot of happiness. And it's bringing these things to different stations, different mind bodies, and different host lives, and the vessels are all getting it right now. And it's just kind of moving back and forth between them. And we think it's very crucial that we're accepting when we get deliveries like this, like energetic deliveries that are coming our way, because we both think change is very important, and we need to be open to positivity and negativity and love and hate. We need to be open to everything, really. If you're closed-minded, then it's really, you're not accepting, and you're not open for the world, and that's not really living. We don't think that's right. And the eye is sensing a lot of fear in that, and not being accepting and not being open-minded. It's sensing an afraidness of the dark and afraidness of the unknown. And we're saying there's not much in the dark that's actually, you've been in the dark woods before, you've been in a dark room. There's usually not much in there that's actually dangerous. And we're thinking maybe you don't need to be as afraid of it, and maybe you should take a walk there. accept that. We're getting a lot of signals from warmer places right now, from places with beaches and trees that are green, and they're sending in love into this dark winter, and they're sending in hope, and I think we all really need that right now. And even if it's not being sent from places that you want it to be sent from, I think you need to be open that you'll be getting these energetic deliveries, and I think it's very important. What do you think? I agree. We're getting a lot of... What are we getting? Oh, we're getting a lot of music coming in, a lot of dreams. Dreams of music, dreams of love, dreams of confusion, subconscious mind. All these things are kind of floating down from those external presences that we don't really understand, and we're not meant to. They're higher powers for a reason, because if we were meant to understand it, then we would, but we're not meant to. And being in vessels, we are subjected to unknowingness, and that's okay. We have to accept that. And we're subjected to a lot of pain in the vessel body and a lot of suffering, but also a lot of beauty. And I think, again, we need to be open. And there's a lot of hatred going around right now, and a lot of hatred and fear, but being understanding really is the key. And we're getting a lot of confusion from certain parties who are unaware of things they may be feeling and thinking, and they're trying to bury things with darkness and shadow, and maybe it's time to look at that instead of continuing to bury things. I'm thinking it might be time to look in more and really look at that. And the external presences are saying we need to be more mindful of how much we're consuming and how much we're consuming, really, versus creating, because creating is much better than consuming. And we need to be using less plastic, and we need to be using less fossil fuels, and I mean, it really isn't our fault for the destruction that's happened from these external forces, but we still need to be fighting them as much as we can, because there is a great deal of destruction that has happened from these higher forces and these higher powers, and also from ourselves. And I think we need to be working on stopping the destruction from ourselves first before we can start working on stopping the destruction from those high powers. And we're getting a lot of signals for important writing. We need to be writing, we need to be speaking truthful words and not lies. There's been a lot of lying recently, and we need to be, this goes hand in hand with looking down within ourselves and stopping the shadow and stopping the wool being pulled over our eyes, and we need to be looking for truth and less of just going with the flow. We need to be looking for what's really going on here, and then I think we'll be able to start building things better, maybe. And there's a lot of darkness being forced, which may be realistic in some sense, but it also may be unrealistic for what's actually going on. We might need to still be open to the idea of light, that things can change. And we think it's really important that you not be shrouded in darkness, but only accept darkness once a day. I mean, we have night and day for a reason, and you shouldn't be living in the night all the time. You need to be out in the day and doing things. We think that's very important. And one other thing we're getting from the external forces is they're saying we need to be more caring, and we need to be sharing things with other people, and we need to be more loving, because it's really, when we leave this earth and we go back to the great dark, we're gonna have these burdens on ourselves that we weren't this caring or this loving, and we need to do something about that now so that we don't always carry around that weight. And we need to be believing in love and believing in lightness and doing stuff for the greater good. That's what we think. That's what we think.